to show you what I'm using. This is Modal 7100 10W50. I've tested a lot of oils in these bikes. This stuff seems to shift the best. Basically, it shifts like butter. You don't get that notchy feel between shifts like you do with the MotorX stuff. Amsoil Dirt is really good, but I haven't found anything that shifts as well as this. This is just a glass graduated cylinder I got from Amazon for about 30 bucks. Makes it really fast to just measure out your oil exactly. Then that way you can just dump it in really fast and saves you a bunch of time. These bikes, the 250 and the 350, take exactly 1 liter of oil, so it makes it super simple. These 3D printed funnels are available on Etsy, eBay, maybe Amazon. Really useful to have on these bikes. Also saves you a lot of time. Definitely get some contact cleaner. This stuff works really good. Electrical contact cleaner and a fresh filter. The only tools you're going to need is a 13mm wrench, 13mm socket, and an 8mm socket. Also, either needle nose pliers or some snap ring pliers to pull the filter out. All right, step one, just crack the drain bolt loose with your 13mm wrench right in the back here. Get your oil drain. All right, when most of your oil is drained out and it's just down to a trickle, go ahead and pull off your oil screen cap. Right in the front, right next to your oil drain. You'll get a little more oil usually out of that, not much. You can go ahead, just take your screen, pull it out, give it a little spray with some contact cleaner, oil drain plug, so a little magnet on it. Go ahead and clean that off. All right, well, that's trickling out. We're gonna move on to our oil filter. Right up in front of the engine here, 2 8mm bolts. Grab some pliers, pull this cover off. A little bit of more oil will come out. To get this filter, you either need to use some needle nose pliers or snap ring pliers. Just get it, kind of wiggle it around and pull it right out. Let that drain. All right, well, that's finishing draining by the filter. We're going to go ahead and put our oil plug back on because it's already drained. I like to reuse the copper washers. If they leak ever, it's usually just barely a drop. So in that case, I'll replace them, but you can reuse these things dozens of times and have no issue with that. So why bother replacing that? Cinch it tight. Screen, once that's dry, go ahead and put that back in. I'll put it back in the holder here and carefully put it back in. These do not need to be very tight. I got my setting on my Milwaukee on number 1, or about 8 foot-pounds of torque. It's not a lot. Now, once the filter area is done dripping, I like to just take a rag and just kind of wipe it out a little bit. Our new filter in, get a little bit of oil from here, put it on the seal, and pop that guy back in. Push it till it seats. 2 8mm. Again, got this gun on my lowest torque setting. You don't need a lot of torque. Between 5 and 10 foot-pounds is plenty. Okay, we are drained and we have a new filter in and clean screen. All right, we're ready to pour in our oil. We've measured out exactly 1 liter of oil. So we're using Modal 7100 10W50. Glass cylinder makes it really fast to fill too. You can see how this stuff totally coats the glass here. And we're good. Our funnel off, cap on. Of course, we had oil spill all over our frame. Just take our contact cleaner, just give it a good blast. Now, some guys like to fill up the filter with oil. Takes a little bit of extra time. I don't think it really makes any difference. What I like to do is right after I fill it, hold the off button on and hit your starter. Just let it kind of prime and crank a little bit. Get the oil primed. And then just fire it up. That's it, guys. As you can see, it took me less than 5 minutes to clean the oil screen, change the oil, and change the filter. Super easy. I recommend doing it every 3 to 5 hours, depending on how hard you ride. For dual sport guys, you can go a little bit longer because most of your time is just on the street. I like to see clean oil come out of my bike. Also, a lot of guys will change oil with the bike hot and warmed up. I don't think it makes much difference. You've got some oil up in the top end that will drain down when it's cold, or you have hot oil that's going to come out a little bit faster and easier. I don't like burning myself, so I always do it cold. And I've always checked the oil level every time I've done it, and it's always exact if I'm putting in 1 liter of oil. So no need to do that. You can do it either ways. Like I said, I don't like burning my hands. So that's the way I do it. Choose how you want to do it yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. As you can see, there's absolutely no reason to neglect your oil changes. It's super easy and it'll make your engine last a lot longer. If you guys like this content and find it useful, please subscribe to the channel and we will see you back here soon. Take care.